Hello, welcome to my video. Over the next few days I'm going to be testing out the consumption, the range, over a 15-mile driving range, basically from my home to my work, maybe a bit more, just to see exactly what this Mustang Mach E long range big battery will actually do. So here we go. So this is a 379 miles it's meant to do, this Mustang, but at the moment 100%, 253 miles, 7 degrees. So that's disappointing. So obviously now we're going to do a very quick test. So range 253 miles. I'm going to drive about 15 miles. And as you see, on 19085. And it says it's yeah, well, anyway, it's 15 miles anyway, so we'll see what happens. So with this journey I've just done, I was on 253 and I'm now on 242, and I've if I go down here, I've done 3.1 miles per kilowatt, and that was 14.6 miles. So it's basically used 11 miles for 14.6 miles I've actually been driving, instead of 3.1 miles per kilowatt. It's actually been using, and climate use is 13%, driving is 78%, 2% has gone to the accessories, and 7% is down to the exterior temperature. I mean, I have had some heat to warm the car up going on, so you know, I could have perhaps got a little bit better miles per kilowatt. So that's not too bad really, the actual that 15 or 14.6 mile trip home. And what I'm planning to do is test this each day for about a week, because the temperatures are dipping a bit and we're going to have some wind and some rain. And I've got a few early morning trips over the weekend, you know, 5:15 a.m. starts. So let's see where we get to. Hello, so this is day 2 of the test. It's not raining yet today, but it will be a bit later. As you can see, I did do a bit of driving last night, so I'm on 232 miles to start the day. And I always have there's a little bit of heat just to warm the car up to 21 degrees as I'm driving along. And the current mileage is, if I can zoom in on that, 19,109. So basically I was on 232 miles and it's used 16, and it's used 15 miles. It's actually used more power today, so it's used 1 more mile than the actual distance. Now the reason for that could easily be, if I look at this here now, because I said I did have a little bit of heating on as well, up to 21 degrees. It actually says climate use 25%. So in theory, in theory, this 3.3 miles per kilowatt should go up 25%. I would have thought. So if I was to turn that off, so the test tonight on the way home will be to turn that off before I drive, and then see where we are at that time. I mean, again, it's 14.6 miles. It took nearly half an hour, and did 3 miles per kilowatt, and the temperature was 9 degrees. And then we turn this off, and it rolls me back because it's an electric memory chair. And then we're just going to plug in. And this place where I work is absolutely brilliant. So these are wall box chargers all the way up. And I think this is a mistake where the Mach E has a charger on the left hand side of the car, and I think most chargers are positioned for the right hand side of the car. So I'll plug it in, and then we'll see where we are later on today. Sometimes I have to check. As you can see, this is the extended range version. It's fully charged. You press the button and pull out. And that's not nice to see. It's like a bird's tried to do a poo on me, but okay. But as I said, I had to check to see the extended range version, because obviously it does 379 miles, you know, this is on the WLTP cycle. But I fully charged, it's 9 degrees, and it's at 255 miles. So same test again. This time the heating is off, and obviously 255 miles, 19,124 total miles, and see how we do. So again, we are now back, and 247 miles and 19,139 in total. And as I said earlier, I would turn the climate control off for this next journey. So we'll basically see 0 climate use, 93% driving, 2% accessories, 5% exterior temperature. That's where did my energy go. And this is actually an improvement, quite a big improvement, 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour. And they're exactly the same trip distance, 14.6 miles. Had a slightly faster time as there was less volume traffic because of the time of day I've been travelling. So I've done it about 7 minutes quicker. So I'm about to now embark on another trip, and I will report back on the miles I've covered. I'm doing it in 2 parts, so the second part of that I will record back to about 30 to 40 miles. I believe I'm travelling. So and it's a lot of motorway travelling. So I will report back on that next. And my mid-trip, as I'm doing a pickup, 12.1 miles, 4.8 miles per kilowatt. Range says 248. Total miles 19151. So it's been doing quite well, and I believe the reason for that is because I did one journey after another, that the battery is already at a certain temperature, its optimum temperature, so it's able to do a better range, better miles per kilowatt. As you can see, the journey back was 26.8 miles, and I did 3.9 miles per kilowatt. Now this included about 8 miles of that of normal driving, but 18-ish was motorway driving. Doing about 70 miles per hour. And as you can see, climate use 0 because I didn't have any climate control on. Driving 87%, 5% accessories, 8% exterior temperature. And just see what these do. So at the end of the day, now if you consider this, my mileage, my range says 222. My mileage says 19194. Now, I was at 254 miles when I was at fully charged. That's 254. And so from that mileage, I have done 14.6, which brought myself to home. Then I've done 26.8. Then I've done 26.8. So obviously 226s is 52. Just taking 226s without looking at the 0.8 or the 14.6 would have took me down to around about 200 miles. So I must have got at least an extra 15 miles out of my journey less in use of electric than actually what's going on to the mileage. So quietly impressed. I did start out this thinking a bit negative when I was getting the 3 miles per kilowatts in the mornings first thing, but the temperature might have played a part because it's now 13 degrees. It has been 14 degrees, and we will continue this trip for the final day tomorrow, and then after that I will hopefully move on to using a GoPro, which I've bought, and I've also bought the suction cup for the roof, so I can stick it on the roof and inside I should say, to look out of the window and point it where I want to. I hope I can manage with one GoPro, but just to get some driving videos. Okay, and I will also look to use the assisted parking function to try to do a video on that as well at some stage. Okay, so this is the last day of testing, and it's a bit wet. You can make it more economical when starting up in the morning if the weather's slightly cold. It's not really cold today, to be honest. And the tip there is you can preheat your car for when you start off in the morning, which I'll do in the winter when we get some proper cold weather. So if you preheat to start off like at 7:30 in the morning, you will see that your miles per kilowatt should improve, basically. So we'll get this trip and expect it to be around about 3 to 3.3. Again, I've got no I'm not using any aircon. Sometimes when you get a bit damp you might end up using your blowers occasionally, but we'll see. But here we go, and hopefully as I hit the weekend I'll get my GoPro going and do some better videos with me actually driving the car. Okay, thank you. So basically on this journey, again 2 on 2, so it's only used 10 miles for a 14.6 mile journey. 19,208. There's the 14.6 miles I've used. That's actually the true journey. 3.9 miles per kilowatt. So that is absolutely exceptional. I mean, the temperature is 12 degrees, and this is like on a this is brilliant. So good test, and I will do one more test tonight on the way home, and that will be it. Well, the charge for today has reached 287 miles for 100%, so it's an improvement on the last 2 days by about 30 odd miles. And of course, here it is. So final test, and as you can see, it's charged to 100%, and I've got 290 miles of range showing at 100%, so that's quite good. It's 12 degrees, and 19,208 is the total miles, and I've got my trip computer all ready to go. So let's see what we do. Well, guys, that's it. I'm finally back at my my home again, and I must admit I am absolutely astounded at what I'm getting out of this car. As we can see, as you well know from watching this video, my actual journey from my work to my home is always 14.6 miles. And as a few moments ago I showed you, I was starting off on 290 and 100%. So it's basically done 9 miles of electric for 14.6 miles of actual journey time. Actually the length basically. So it's almost doing a third. It's almost knocking off a third of the actual miles that I'm doing on normal driving on A roads. You know, 40, 50 mile per hour roads, you know, well, you can do 60 on them, but generally you're stuck in traffic, going about 40 to 50. And it is absolutely astounding what I'm actually getting. I mean, as you can see here, I've done 4.4 miles per kilowatt in a 26-minute journey. And I'm not using any heating, any climate control. There's no need to, with the temperatures being about 15 degrees. It's a bit damp weather, but it doesn't seem to affect the driving range of the car. I mean, driving, look, 91%, 3% goes to accessories, is probably this big 15-inch screen. And 6% is down to the temperature and the exterior weather. So absolutely, over these 3 days of testing, and when I started on the Tuesday testing, I was a bit downbeat. You know, I was getting used to it, but I didn't think it'd do anything near to what my Nero was getting. And it's really proved me wrong, and this is absolutely amazing. And I will be doing more reviews on this car because it is my own car. And I do have a GoPro now, so I will be doing some driving videos and seeing what we get, and doing a proper review of the car. But I will tell you, this is it's very nice. And as I said, I've got a pan roof in here. I've got the B&O sound system, auto headlights, which are absolutely fantastic. You know, they really work well, and one pedal driving, which again is fantastic. And I've been driving on whisper mode, and because I've got it's the long range car, you know, it's 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds, which again seems fast. It seems faster than that, to be honest, when I go. But even though driving on whisper, there's no lack of power under whisper mode. It doesn't, you know, you put your foot down, it'll still accelerate and stuff, you know. You can get the you can put it in untamed mode, which gives you a bit more responsiveness. But I will say that fantastic. So thank you for watching, guys, and please like and subscribe. your support is much welcome and will help me a lot.